he had seen God, and anyone who sincerely seeks God can see him. Narendra accepted Sri Ramakrishna as his guru. Sri Ramakrishna practiced the spiritual disciplines of various Hindu sects and also of Islam and Christianity. After the Mahasamadhi of his guru in 1886, Swami Vivekananda formed his brother disciples.
Shores of Kanyakumari, where in frustration he dove into the water and swam to a large rock where he meditated for 3 days. Why had India reached this state? In his meditation he realized,
India shall rise only through a renewal and restoration of that highest spiritual consciousness that has made her at all times the cradle of nations.
He knew that this could only be done, however, by inculcating a spirit of service and by uplifting India's downtrodden masses. But how could he take this message to everyone? In this moment of calling, he looked out to the ocean and realized he would have to go to the west to spread the message of Vedanta. On May 31st, 1893, with the help of money collected by the Raja of Khetri and other disciples, Swami Vivekananda set sail for America by ship. After passing through East Asia, the ship eventually landed at a port in Vancouver. From there, he took a train to Chicago. The Parliament of Religions was held in Chicago from September 11 to September 27, 1893. It included representation from various Christian denominations. Swamiji finally came forth to speak. He gazed at the audience for a moment and began,
Swamiji continued to tour various parts of America, including Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, and other parts of the Midwest. He sometimes would be mistaken as an African American and would be rejected stay in hotels or barbershops. Upon finding out the next day in a newspaper who Swamiji was, they would go to him and apologize. He then traveled to England and had a lecture tour there as well. During the winter of 1895, Swamiji met Nikola Tesla, the father of electricity and a well-known scientist. Tesla had attended some of Swamiji's talks during the Parliament of Religions and was keenly interested in the Vedantic perspective on the relationship between energy and matter. Swami Vivekananda left America and arrived in Colombo, Sri Lanka. He was given an ecstatic welcome there by thousands of people. His voyage continued through India and was filled with earnest devotees and people waiting to hear Swami Vivekananda's inspiring words. He spoke on the great spiritual heritage of India, as well as the need for the social upliftment of India's masses. He said,
Service to humanity is service to God.
By 1901, he returned to India. Tragically, his health was declining severely due to asthma and diabetes, and he had told several people that he would not live to be 40. Swamiji passed away attaining Mahasamadhi on July 4th, 1902 while he was meditating, and was cremated on the banks of the Ganga. Swami Vivekananda's life was a tribute to Hindu Dharma, a dedication to the spirit of universal peace, and an inspiration for all.
It's the diversity represented in this chamber today. It's the richness of faiths celebrated by a visitor to my hometown of Chicago more than a century ago, the renowned Swami Vivekananda. He said that holiness, purity, and charity are not the exclusive possessions of any church in the world, and that every system has produced men and women of the most exalted character.
That means Jamsetji invites Swami Vivekananda to become the general, to be the captain of the Indian Institute of Science, for which he put the seeding in somewhere 1898. Imagine the vision of a personality. Then Swamiji says, manufacturing steel is one thing, but knowing the science of material is another thing. You have to start your science institute. That's how Swamiji has put a seeding and on the mind of Jamsetji. And today, Indians of Science, what you are having, the great institution, is the seed put by Swamiji through Jamsetji. Jamsetji gave 1/6 of his property to start a science institute.
A large book on his table, which was over 700 pages. So Vivekananda said, because the man was speaking very highly about the book, he said, "Can you give me that book for an hour? Let me see what is there in it." So the book was given to him. He took the book and placed it between his two hands and just sat there with his eyes closed. After 1 hour, he took the book and gave it to him and said, "This doesn't have anything significant in it." That man thought, this is the peak of arrogance. You don't even open the book and you make a comment about the book, a book which is in a language that you do not know. So he was a little put off by this and he says, "What is this nonsense?" Vivekananda said, "You ask me anything about the book, I'll tell you." Okay, in page 633, what is there? Verbatim, Vivekananda repeats. You ask any page, just number the page, he will tell you what is there word by word on every page. Then he asked, "How is this? You didn't even open the book. How is this possible?" He said, "That's why they call me Vivekananda."